We'll call the meeting in order, please. All rise. With me, could you say the prayer, please?
Father in heaven, thank you so much for this day you blessed us with. You are so worthy to us. We thank you so much for everything that you bless us with each and every day. Thank you for our friends and our family and our community. And Lord, most importantly, thank you for sending your son, Jesus, to die for us. And Lord, just pray now that you be with us all here tonight. Help us make the best decisions to best benefit our community. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Now the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we do roll call, please?
Yes. Bucky Stevenson? Here. Mayor Pruitt?
Here.
Judy Holder? John Krasinski? Here. All present.
Okay, want to welcome everybody to the meeting tonight. As you know, I didn't make it last month. I was down with COVID, pretty bad on me. But I hear and read the minutes, and Mr. Stephen did a great job, and I appreciate that. So we'll just move on to get approval from the council to accept the consent agenda. Is there any discussion from the council on this?
I would appreciate it if you would amend the minutes and spell my name right.
Did we miss one? Okay. We had 4 people read it. I'm using a microphone now because it's so long. And I even had Bucky go through it too because I said, check these and make sure there's anywhere I missed. So I'll fix it.
Sometimes it says older woman culture to older.
It does it to Lori too, so I'm not biased to just you.
At least it didn't say older woman. But,
Yeah, I'll fix it for you.
I mean, it's like there's 2 different people there, right? My name's spelled
Yeah,
right.
it's adding a U.
Huh?
Is it adding a U?
Yes.
Yeah, I found something. Okay.
Everything seemed to be all right with the council. May I have a motion, please, to accept?
I'll move it, accept it.
And a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? Bunny?
Aye.
All in favor? Okay, we'll move on to the next step on the agenda, which is old business, and we've been discussing top rates. So we'll continue to do that. We will discuss it, then we'll approve it, and we'll have to get an ordinance or a resolution to accept it at the next meeting. But right now, it's just open for discussion.
Can we put that on the special agenda for Thursday to accept it because the rates will come due on April 1st?
I believe we could do that. We have a special meeting Thursday for that beta technology that's going into the airport. And we could put that in after we talk about that.
Because people will be paying
So-
April 1st, everything changes, so.
So let's talk about the rates now, and then we can make any changes or whatever, and then we can vote on it on Thursday night after we do an ordinance. Okay. So the council has a list of all the changes, and they can look at it and see if they got any input into this. And I see Mr. Cunningham's here, so he'll be able to answer any questions you might have.
So we're eliminating senior and junior on the 9 holes.
Yes.
Okay, $10 straight across the board. 18 holes, we're going $15, 13 and 9 on weekday prices.
18 holes.
Just leave it at 15, 13 and 9.
Is that how it's supposed to be
No.
done on a weekday? No, this is now. This is how it is now. This is the new prices.
So we're not eliminating that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
right.
Okay.
That's weekday prices for 9 holes. And 18 holes,
Okay.
18 holes is $18 or $23
Huh?
Oh, that's down here.
Weekend. Or no?
for weekend.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
I-
Yeah.
weekday, and there's weekday and there's weekend prices.
Yeah.
Cart rentals over here is now, and over here is the new, so here's the now, and here's what he wants to increase them to.
Do you think this is gonna, on the juniors, do you think this is gonna keep our young people from renting carts on weekends? Tommy, you know more about the juniors than I do.
Well, the juniors,
They walk.
yeah, but
They
they're,
walk.
what do you clarify a junior, like 16 years and older? They're not, I don't think they can rent a cart until they are 16. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they shouldn't have a cart. Shouldn't be able to rent a cart until they're 16.
I don't know if they do that out there or not. I've seen some.
We're supposed to be, right? We are, aren't they?
Okay,
I believe the new cart rental agreement that was just brought up, didn't you put something in there about age?
No, I don't think we got anything in there about age.
I was thinking we added something in there about age.
But we have to have an age restriction on cart rental, especially since we got the new ones coming. You've got to put an age restriction on the rental.
Yes.
But the-
Well, if anybody works there at 16, they can't even move carts out, so if they're under that, I don't know how, they're working.
okay.
Do we have a policy in place at the golf course for that? For the people
For the-
coming in,
I think so.
want to rent?
Yeah,
We do
I
that?
think so.
It was a standing policy last year.
Yeah,
Now, I didn't check anybody because I have nothing to do
well,
with it.
sometimes you'll see somebody out there that might be driving one, but, I don't know if there's anything.
Aren't they usually the ones that we see, the younger kids driving them? Aren't they usually kids of the family that they're with and that?
Yeah, usually like their parents' car per side, not the rental ones though.
So our insurance probably has something to say about that anyway.
I know to work at the pro shop, you have to be 16 in order to move them out driving, so.
You
And
think $12 punky on the juniors would be?
My opinion with it being juniors, I just leave it at $8. I wouldn't even
Yeah,
touch it.
I'm fine with that too.
Make the adults pay, not the juniors.
I actually was gonna not on the juniors or seniors. I was gonna just leave it the way it was.
I think,
But,
personally though, I think with the price of the carts, new carts, and the gasoline, and the maintenance and the cleaning, I don't know how we can even break even with $8. I mean, for 18 holes,
Cart.
down at the bottom far
So
right.
everything here is strictly the cart, I got you now.
No, this is cart rental. This is plain.
But that's up to the council, that's just my opinion.
Pay $8.
Yeah, see,
That's not making sense.
because we don't know
oh,
line. Okay,
9
I was
holes.
talking about the juniors playing golf, not the carts.
Oh,
Oh,
I just hate to see.
I think it was $7.
9 according to this for 18 holes, 7 for 9 hole.
Yeah, 7 and then the weekend is a little bit higher.
I could see the
Oh, $8 per weekend.
weekdays is 8 and weekends is 12.
It says weekend and weekend. I think that's what is confusing you. Yeah.
Well, see, this
Says
is,
weekdays,
this
says
is the
weekend
now
on the side.
price.
Yeah.
And then this is the new price.
Yeah.
And it was $8 on the weekend and they moved it up to $12.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I
Oh,
did say
on
cart
the
rental.
juniors and,
That was just my opinion, to leave it. Whatever you guys think.
So what are you saying?
Well, if we raise it on weekdays $1, could we just take it up to $9, raise it on the weekends $1 for them?
Yeah, I thought what I did was just bump them each up at $1, but.
Well, on weekend price on juniors, you've got 12, and it was 8.
I did a bunch of whiteouts, so.
so we
I
change
would-
it
Yeah, I would,
We're going with 9 then.
yeah.
on weekends?
Yep.
You think that's right on juniors?
Yeah, that's fine.
Nine?
We'll cross out the 12 and put
I'd
in
just
9.
rather charge the adults more than the juniors more.
And I don't seniors have problem with 17 on the weekends, they have to pay at other places, you know. I just hate to
It's
see it.
cheaper than the others,
Yes.
you know, check with them, so.
What is the junior prices at other golf courses? 12?
Mountain Grove is 12 or 13, but their whole rates are different, like golf carts and all
Right.
that. I know that we're the cheapest around for carts for 9 holes or 18 holes or any of them. So,
Well, one thing about the 12, as high as the fuel's getting, we've got to make break even on it, you know?
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
we want to make it 12, or we want to go it back down to 9?
9. I thought that we said we'd probably take the juniors on weekend prices to 9.
But they won't burn as much gas as the seniors.
I thought we was talking about green fees.
Yeah.
I thought we was talking about green
Yeah.
fees.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about, what's carts?
Oh, for them playing.
This is just
Let me
green,
just shut my brain.
$9 to
Either
play,
in a cart, or I don't know what they are.
yeah, $9 to play golf, play, and then $12 for a cart.
Right. I was getting my $12 messed up.
A lot of them will walk, quite a few of them walk.
So you're gonna do juniors to play, $9?
To play. The
Instead of
weekend
8.
price is to
Weekend.
play,
Instead of 8,
instead of 12. Well, he's got a 12, we marked out the 12,
and go to 9.
go to 9.
Okay, and then what about to play? Did you decide on that?
That's the play.
Okay. Okay.
And then go up to 12 for 18 holes.
Yeah, so 7 years. But you're not doubling it, you're only going up $3,
Right.
32%. I don't see a fun thing with it from mathematically anyway.
So, okay,
And the cart rentals is for 9 holes, $15, and 8 holes is $20. Cart rental.
18, yeah. That's pretty much what everybody
Yeah.
does, is 15, 20.
Right. I have no problem with
so I see the only change we made on his recommendation was that we dropped the junior price on weekend golf down to, for 18 holes, right?
9
that.
holes.
Or 9
holes.
holes, now from $12 to $9.
Right. Well, you had 12 for 9 holes on junior and 12 for 18
Right.
holes on junior.
Okay. So if the council agrees to that, we'll, and if you're ready to vote on it, then we can have the,
One other thing he's got on here, no all-day rates.
Yeah.
You play 18 or 9 holes, if you play more, pay for another 9 or 18 holes. And I agree with him there.
Because they might get it out back and play all day, and, you know.
yeah,
Well, I've seen them play 18 and then park the cart and then come back an hour or 2 later.
Yeah, there's a
Get
guy
back
that
in
went
it.
to lunch.
yeah. So he's just eliminating the all-day rate
Right,
from what it was last year.
I agree to that.
Okay, so that'd be the only change we make on this, right? And so, do I have a motion to accept this as
I'll
we,
make a motion to accept it.
Second.
we got a second in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that's the new golf rate. The only thing you'll change will be the junior rate to $9. Thank
On
you.
the 9 holes.
Thank you, Danny.
On the 9 holes, Debbie.
Okay.
The what? Oh, we're not here. Good. All right. Oh, we do that later. We're gonna do that later.
If we do it later, then I have to order some more pieces to make.
Oh, we're just gonna go ahead and it wasn't on the agenda, was it?
No, because they was just gonna run it through with the rates.
Oh, I didn't see it on the agenda, that's where, okay.
On this credit card.
Oh.
We're not done, we're always done.
Yeah, that machine they got out there is outrageous.
This is it here.
I don't know the exact amount, but, I mean, we're getting, even if we don't use it, we still get
No, it's
charged.
this.
$50
I'm-
more.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. It was what she wrote, it was where she wrote in.
Yeah.
It was a write-in, okay.
Page 73.
Oh, and this is the comparison.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is, okay.
Okay.
That's it.
I
Now,
think you got Square up there, maybe,
yeah,
yeah.
So this is about the credit card we've been using out there, and we've been losing money on the credit card quite a bit using the credit card, and I don't know what you came up with, you guys come up with on this. Can you explain it?
Yeah.
I was out of the loop on this.
That's okay. I gave you guys a 6-month breakdown, but I actually have 12 months. They are, the people, if you have an issue and you call, they are very, very foreign, very, very, very hard to understand. I had a charge last month. I was on the phone for 3 phone calls, almost 4 hours. I never did get anyone I could understand. I asked for them to set us up online so that I could go in and look at our statements before, because I have to wait to do my bank rec until the 16th, 17th, or 18th now with the mail, because I don't have a statement. So I asked them to get me set up. That was another day. It took me roughly 3 hours. It was
is
not a
that on
good
the
day.
credit card that we've got now?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's Merchant Card Services. I did manage to get myself set up on one of them. We also use it for the airport, but I do not recommend that we change anything with the airport because our Merchant Card Services are run through our gas system at the airport, and Square cannot do that. So I feel like we're probably stuck at the airport just because it runs the gas. The golf, we could actually change if we wanted to. We can run through Square. The initial cost to get set up would be $2.99. That way, they don't have this little teeny tiny thing that they're switching out of their phones. It's just gonna be a desktop. It's like 4 inches by 4 inches that they're gonna slide the card into. So nobody carries it out with their phone on accident or the tablet. It's just stationary, it'll stay at the golf course. After the $2.99 initial cost, there would be no monthly fees if we don't use it. So instead of being charged a fee just to have the services there now, we wouldn't have any fees outright just to have that, so there's no minimums. They charge 2.5% plus 10 cents per swipe. So when I did a comparison, I actually added in the swipes and the 2.5%. And out of the 6 months, there was 4 of those 6 that we would have actually made a profit. Just because we charge $2 a swipe, which is what everybody's doing nowadays. I bought donuts in West Plains the other day and they charged me for $4. So everybody's charging
So in
nowadays.
6 months, there was 75%.
So,
Sort of good.
so even how we set it up last year and charged, it still made us lose money.
Yes. Now, granted, in the summer, the more swipes you have, the better we're gonna be. Where it hurts us is over the winter months when we're already in a bad place because there's not a lot of business, that's when we're going in the negative, is the slower months.
Because we get to charge the fee regardless.
Yep.
Okay.
And
So-
then in January, they actually charged us a $90 new fee, and I have yet to get to a person to find out what the fee is. So I've tried, like at least 5 calls. I still don't know what the $90 charge is. It's on the statement, but I don't know what it's for.
And the Square, someone's familiar with or has worked with before? anyone?
Yes, and I have actually called them twice and talked to them on the phone, so.
They speak English?
Yes, every time I've called.
Until you get signed up.
No, and then they'll route me somewhere else. But regardless, their fees are a whole lot less.
Sounds like a
So we
win-win.
need a motion, Ken, to switch to this Square.
I'll make that motion.
All right, we have a motion. Do I have a second to switch the credit card over? John seconds it. Have a vote?
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor? I want to apologize right now. Thank you, Danny. I'm gonna apologize right now for not introducing Kelly. Linda is out on medical leave. She has a thyroid problem, a severe thyroid problem with her neck. And Kelly is accounts payable. And I asked her to attend the meeting tonight, and so I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Didn't have to do it then, did he?
No, no, fine, you got it.
Well, I didn't want everybody to wonder who she was, and thought that we fired Linda and hired somebody else. Okay, next thing on old business is, it was on the agenda for last month, and I wasn't here, and Ms. Wagner didn't feel comfortable bringing it up. She insisted I put it on the agenda for this month, so here it is. I'll turn it over to her.
Before we get started, I just want to say this is not a personal attack on you. It was just brought to our attention, and I feel like it would be the same with like any city supervisor, any city employee. If someone said something, you know, had a complaint about them, we would have to address it. And you're a public official, so address it in public, open session. I know I received a phone call, and Punky received a phone call, and John received a phone call. Judy, I don't know if you received a phone call or not. Howell County News contacted me and said that her reporter, Julie, had called into City Hall and made an appointment to speak with the mayor and was given a time to appear. She showed up at that time. The mayor told her that he was too busy hiring a trapeze artist to talk to her and that he would no longer give interviews to the paper. Julie called the owner of Howell County News and told her this. Her husband, co-owner of the paper, later called in and spoke to the mayor, and I was told that he was dictated terms of how he will release information. And basically her complaint is it's unacceptable treatment of her employee, and that the mayor and no one, aldermen included, can dictate to the press which public information they release. And since then, she has had to take the route of submitting formal sunshine law requests for almost everything she needs. And she just, as a business owner, she was just appalled that she was being treated this way, because she's a local business owner. She does run things, local events and everything, and she is a chamber member. And I didn't want to talk about it last meeting because I'm not going to talk about someone and not have them there to review, to defend themselves, because we're hearing a side. You know, you have a chance to say your side, because we all know there's the story, and the truth somewhere in the middle, so.
Well, I'm not going to get into the he said, she said situation. The situation's over, and I stand my ground. I will not give the lady an interview. And that's what I said. And let's move on to the new
Well,
business.
and speaking of that, I kind of wanted to, because it gave me a light bulb, that we don't really have anything in the ordinance books as far as like a code of conduct or a code of ethics. So if this were ever to happen again, then I feel like the business owner and any community members or citizens that would just feel like, okay, I wasn't treated fairly by, you know, my publicly elected official, that they need to have some type of recourse, something to where they can feel like their voice is heard. And I've made copies of all these. Basically, it's just an outline of, these are one for you too, if you want. Basically, it's just an outline, like we would have to obviously go over this and fine tune it, but it's a code of ethics and conduct, respect, responsibility, and roles. It was just kind of to go over anybody that is involved on city council, city staff, anybody that's elected to a board that is governed by the city of Mountain View, stay in compliance with all laws, integrity and accuracy. There's issues in here about conduct of members towards city employees, conduct of members towards public, local business entities, implementation of the code of ethics and conduct, and violations. And I just feel like that's something that needs to be in the ordinance. So that way, if there's ever a situation like this again, then we can just, both sides are heard, and no one feels like they're just getting shoved under the rug, basically.
All right, well, I understand that situation, but you know, it's a two-way street out there. You gotta be treated fairly to get back fairly. And I don't feel I was treated fairly by the newspaper. And I'll end at that. we cannot do an ordinance because it's not on the agenda. Yes, sir.
The state has code of ethics for all elected officials. All you gotta do is contact Jeff City. They'll give you what a code of ethics goes for elected officials.
Yes.
You don't have to make an ordinance, because if the state has their own ethics committee.
Well, we need to get the ordinance.
And that's like governs, when you're in closed session, talking about it outside of closed session is a violation of ethics code. Because what is discussed in closed session is not to be discussed in private, public people.
Okay. But like I said, we cannot vote on no ordinance or nothing. It ain't on the agenda. If she wants it on the agenda in the April meeting, then fine, that's fine. She can put it on there.
Put it on the agenda for the Thursday meeting.
Pardon?
You can put it on the agenda for the Thursday special meeting.
Peter, would that be all right?
Yeah, there's no
I mean,
reason that you
that's
couldn't do
seven,
it.
2
I
hours.
would say that you should walk lightly, because I don't know how you're gonna police that now. Who determines where the ethics line is? Like Mr. Gunner said, the state has a statute that determines that. I don't think that I'm not gonna be here. I mean, I'm done in April, you know that. I'm not gonna run. So if it's a dig on me, then she's been successful.
It
But-
wasn't a personal attack on, that's what I said at the beginning, it's just, I wanted just to make sure that a formal complaint was received, so it was addressed, and I wanted to give you a chance for a rebuttal on
Yeah,
it.
'cause you could even ask the city attorney, Ms. Nicholson. She's governed by a board of ethics, aren't you?
Yes, but it's certainly not the same as what would govern
And
a
the state
council.
governs all elected officials for the ethics. Check into it.
It just, there's numerous cities in the state of Missouri have this on
Not
file,
like that,
I
not
gleaned
like
from several of
that.
them, so that's why I just thought it would be beneficial for us in
You
the
could
future.
easily get 3 councilmen against the mayor, and they could do ethics on them every month. It could be a witch hunt. It could turn into be a witch hunt.
I'm reading this too on our city employees, you know. If they,
We-
what bad news and somebody report them and, you know, get revenge on a city employee, then they could just hound them too. So it is gonna be a tactile for us to really study.
Yeah.
It sets a process that actually is already established in the state. It just makes the process in our ordinances. That's exactly what it's doing. It's not for anything else. They're looking, and I agree, the fact of having something as a future, so that way you have rules that actually sets what can happen. And what Judy just said was exactly what I could feel would come more used than anything up there. Because our people that do the services out in town are gonna see more of an irate customer than what comes in
Yeah,
here.
because, okay, there's that's Clint, and if he patched a pothole on one side of the street and didn't get this person over here, well, he's discriminating. I mean, this could open up a can of worms for our city employees. That's why I'm picking on you, Clint.
Yeah, and we can remove stuff, we can talk about it, but I just thought,
And you've got it
get the
directed.
ball going on,
You're basically asking
something.
us to have something to be responsible for, and it's strictly to the council and board members here. You know, be our appointees,
Yeah.
et cetera, committee members, et cetera, like that. And that really is, we're not extending it to anyone else, anywhere else. There are codes of ethics everywhere, but that's a whole different issue. What this does, I didn't read the whole thing, I only had time to, hopefully by Thursday we'll have more
Right.
answers and questions. But
Let's
at the
study it
very final,
and look into it.
Yeah, we can add, amend, I mean, do whatever, that was just a rough idea, because like I said, it wasn't a personal attack on you, but it did give me, you know, kind of like a light bulb of, you know, in the future, something
Well,
needs to be on the books. I mean, we're all guilty of,
nobody is forced by any ethics to give a interview to any newspaper. Nobody's ever forced to do that. And that's what I declined to do. And if that's an ethics problem, then so be it.
Well, I think the problem was that there was already a meeting scheduled.
I didn't schedule a meeting. Who scheduled that meeting? I didn't schedule that meeting.
She was, supposed to.
Nobody checked
have-
with me about a meeting.
She was supposed to have called at 10 o'clock, and we knew that.
Yeah, I knew
But
she was
then
gonna call.
that morning, she called and got one of the girls up front and said she was gonna be in town, she would just rather meet in person. I believe it was at 10 o'clock, and so he didn't know that ahead of time, we told him when he got there.
And that's why I didn't want to talk about it last meeting, because one side of the story, it's not fair to, you know.
He didn't know ahead of time that she was.
No, I didn't know if she was gonna be in person. It was supposed to be a phone conference, and I was willing, and I said, but you asked me if I would take it on the phone, and I said 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Well, she shows up in person. And,
What's the difference?
so
We're gonna
I
talk
did,
to her on the phone, what's the difference of talking to her in person?
we didn't, well, I didn't have time.
Oh, if you had time to talk to her on the phone, why wouldn't you have time to talk to her in person? What's the difference? That's what I don't understand. I mean, you're our public mayor, you're the one that's supposed to be representing us. If the newspaper had questions, why couldn't you answer those for her?
I wasn't-
She's the
I
one that
wasn't-
sends all this information
Yes.
out to the public
I wasn't
that they're
prepared,
receiving.
I wasn't prepared for a face-to-face meeting, but I was prepared for a phone meeting.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. New business.
You just told them so.
Council to discuss the mandatory cancer policy for the firefighters of Bill 1338, ordinance 1708. An ordinance of the city of Mountain View authorizing the city to participate in a Missouri firefighters critical illness trust and risk pool, and further authorizing the mayor to execute such documents as necessary.
This is something we're forced to do,
It's mandatory,
Yeah,
is
we
the
have
word
no
I
choice.
heard.
Right, right.
I know
Yeah.
Shannon has talked.
Let me read it, let me read it, please, for the first reading, and then we'll open it for discussion. Is that okay?
That's good.
There's an ordinance of the city of Mountain View, Missouri, authorizing the city to participate in the Missouri Firefighters Critical Illness Trust and Risk Pool, and further authorizing the mayor to execute such documents as may be necessary for the cities participating therein. And the Missouri Firefighters Critical Illness Trust and Pool, which from now on will be referred to in the paper as MFFCIT. And I would like to open that up, if I have a motion, open that up for discussion. And a second, that would constitute the first reading.
Who's making it mandatory?
Shannon is the one.
The state is,
The state?
This
The
has
Mis-
been passed down from 9/11, and it's just now got implemented, and it's actually like a state section.
section, have you got this, John? Right there is the
Yeah,
state.
that's what I'm saying.
We still
We're
need,
not making it mandatory.
we
They
still
are.
need a
No,
motion.
we're not.
we still need a motion to talk about it.
Yeah.
You need your first and
Yeah,
second.
I need a motion and vote to talk about
I
it,
make
right?
a motion.
Hey, we're talking about it.
I make a motion, we discuss this.
Do I have a second?
Second.
A second. All in favor?
Now we can discuss it.
That was a first reading. We'll open it up for discussion.
Since it's mandatory, what all options do we have?
Well, I got options because we have different plans.
Different what?
Plans.
Okay.
Different cost.
Okay.
We've also got to, we got to discuss the non-active members versus the active members. How many, we got to have members, right? And they all got to participate.
If they have had 5 years of firefighting experience, so it doesn't necessarily have to be here. So if they were in Kabul, Missouri, or another state even, for 4.5 years, and then they've been here 6 months, as long as they have 5 years firefighting experience, we are mandated to cover them with a cancer policy. So we have 3 options there. Marma, which is our health insurance policy, will reimburse us for the first 3 years, only if we choose the $300,000 policy. And so I've tried to make it as plain as I can as far as what our out-of-pocket will be. Stanley's, being a full-time firefighter, will be a little more than the volunteers, but we absolutely positively do not have a choice. We have to cover them. So it's not every volunteer fireman, but just the ones with 5 years. So we either cover all that he's suggesting that aren't active as far as fighting fires on a regular basis, or we just cover the ones that are actively participating, but then the ones that aren't actively participating could not come to a fire later if we're not covering them, if that makes sense. And then they, after
Okay.
they had another meeting, they came back and said they all had to have physicals before I can cover them. Now, this all became mandated in the state of Missouri on March the 1st, but because they just kind of sprung it on us, they're giving us a little bit of leeway, but I really have to do this ASAP. Like, it's not like we can wait even another meeting to decide.
Okay, so now, let me understand this.
Okay.
Mama is gonna reimburse us what we paid for this year?
Year one, they will reimburse us 75% if we pick the $300,000 policy.
Okay.
Year two, they'll reimburse us 65% of that same amount. Year three, they will give us 50%, and then
Okay.
year four on, we're on our own 100%.
Okay,
And that's assuming that by year four, they don't raise that price, you know, who knows?
okay.
And once you're locked into that $300,000 limit level, year 4 or 5, you're still have
I
staying up
believe
there.
so. And I don't even register with MIRMA, MIRMA's just stepping in and helping, I have to actually go through the actual firefighters association to register.
Because that's $4,000 right there for 300, where it's 13,000 for a $100,000 limit. So after those first few years, it's gonna get pretty expensive for the cities, but I'm looking at.
But we don't have no choice but do it.
Well,
It,
our choice is either to stay at the 4,000 after that, or take it at 1,300. Yes, we're getting free the first year.
First
Then-
3 years.
We're getting help the first 3 years.
Help,
Yeah.
not free.
The first year is free.
And I asked
Second year is-
if we could lower the policy after the first 3 years. He couldn't give me a straight answer.
Yeah, that's,
It's just so new, he's just like, I'm not sure.
sure, you might be locked in, that's what I'm afraid of.
He's an insurance agent.
Pardon?
He's an insurance agent.
true, he sells insurance.
Except that the ones that is directing me isn't actually getting the kickback because it's not MIRMA's insurance. Sir,
But he wouldn't tell you if he'd be locked in.
he couldn't tell me for sure.
That, here's where we're gonna run into a problem. I perceive that it, we have a big list of volunteer firemen. It says in the contract with them that we have to participate 100%.
Yeah,
So-
it's not a choice.
Do we wanna pay, $40 a year, or depending on which policy we choose, or $95 a year if we choose the 300,000? For people that don't even come to a fire and hasn't been to a fire in 5 years. Stanley would probably disagree with me. We've had a lengthy discussion on this. I don't know how we trim it down, but we have to
So I know
think
this-
about that.
I know this one name on here, and he's not able to fight a fire
That's true. And he hasn't been to any fires,
for a long time.
no fires at all in 2021. I don't think he's been to a fire in 5 years, but he's on the list. So do we scratch him off? Maybe the chief can have an input
We
into
can't
this.
say names up here. We can't say names.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say names,
Then they can go like this to us.
but I do think we gotta tweak the list a little bit here to save money.
Does there have to be a set number of,
Does it have to be a minimum? We got a minimum number?
There, that's not implied to us. I mean, that may be something you guys want to do, but the flip side of that is, you know, if you're gonna say you have to, I'm just throwing out a number, attend 5 fires a year, then, you know, it's going to be up to them to make sure that they make their 5 fires out of, 365 days.
Okay, then if we do that, and they haven't bought 5 cars this year
They've
yet,
still ended up with the insurance that
but
year.
they've still ended up with the insurance,
No.
and then what if we pay their insurance and then they don't go but 2 fires next year?
And there are still more firefighters on here that will have their 5 years next year, so we're gonna be constantly adding members. So this is I'm guessing, the smallest amount we have. Every year we'll add more.
And we gotta pay for these fiscals, which is costing $206 for a new one. And if they got high blood pressure or any problems, it's gonna cost us $300 for a physical.
Per person.
Per person.
Yep.
And if it's an existing patient, it's still gonna cost us $140 and $200.
Isn't this just cancer?
Yes,
Just cancer?
just cancer. And there's a paper in your packet that shows what kinds of cancer they will pay for.
Yes. Yes, there is.
It's
There's
on
so
page
many
81.
restrictions on it, by the time they get done, it ain't gonna do any good anyway.
That's true, but we gotta do it.
Yeah, I know.
For-
I said a long time ago, it's gonna be insurance that puts us out of business.
Mhm.
So, I
Especially,
mean, if your house catches on fire, it'll just have to burn.
Well,
With
I
all
mean,
the-
unless you are a full-time fire
It seems
fighter,
like just go to the
but
minimum.
that's what you
What
get
state
into.
State mandated minimum, be done with it.
yeah, do it.
because what if we get stuck in
Yeah.
this?
We can
one
always
and
raise it later, I
15
imagine.
minute
Yeah.
drivers?
Now, you said
The
if
problem-
we don't cover
The
them.
problem is everybody on there is a volunteer. You know, they have other jobs that they do and other things that they volunteer for. You don't get everybody 100% all the time, but you get some all the time. You know.
Well, the 100,000 will cost us $31 per firefighter. And 200,000 is gonna cost us 63. And the 300,000 is gonna cost us 95, except for you, and you're gonna be higher because you're full-time, okay? But my thought on it, if we have, how many we got here, Shannon? I didn't count.
I think there is,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13
it's at 13. That's not counting the 3.
that hasn't been to fires for a long time. So there's 13, that adds up. So say next year, if we have 10 more that's gonna get 5 years in that we're gonna have to insure them, that bill can really get up there and we're mandated to do it, so.
They're also
I don't
unsure
think
whether
it's
they're
in-
going to have yearly physicals. I've asked. He's like, he's not seen anything in the literature, but he's like, it's so new, I'm not saying you won't. But at this point, there's nothing in black and white that says to renew the policy each year, that they will have
So
to
then
have
on
a
top of that, we could potentially be paying
potentially.
the
Yeah,
yearly
because-
physical.
It's not in black and white, but it's not in black and white that you don't either. It's just so new.
And if they get the physical, they don't pass the physical, then they can't be a volunteer fireman.
And then we have to pay more.
And we have to pay for their physical a lot more.
Yeah, their physical goes up $100 if they got, they find high blood pressure, diabetes, or
Oh.
anything. But my personal opinion,
Go with the minimum.
as a town, we can't afford the 300,000, even though Murray's gonna help us on it. We're gonna come out losers.
Yep. In the long run.
Okay, they're saving us 75% that first year, but it's 33% of it is higher.
So they get you either way.
Yeah, no, that's the best bang for buck. Just go with the minimum. And I'm gonna see the first time we get a real claim on it, see what they tell us. See how much benefit you actually get out of it. Because if your job is something else, well, you work at a gas station at night and you're a firefighter during the day, and they're gonna say, well, half of that's because you've been breathing the fumes at the gas station, and they're gonna say,
We're gonna charge on them.
yeah. There's so many loopholes in that, it's just
Yeah, because
ridiculous.
it says somewhere there, I'm not sure if I photocopied the page for you, but there's another place that says if they smoke or use tobacco, then their payout drops
Or
dramatically
someone in the
also.
household. There's so many loopholes on their side of it that there's no reason for us to go overboard giving them an extra.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get it. So
Yeah, if we have to do it,
it's
just.
not waste the money.
Yeah, would it?
We have to make cuts somewhere else, more important, where it's, everybody benefits off of.
Okay, is our health, these are volunteers, okay? So they're not on our health plan. So the city's gonna have to pay for these physicals too?
That's up to you guys.
We have the option that we could either pay for it, or if you want to be a volunteer firefighter, you have to pay for your own physical.
That would be up to you guys. I mean, there's nothing
The-
that I've seen
won't
mandating us to do it.
No,
Mandated,
No.
they should
No,
pay.
they don't make no money anyway.
Oh,
no, yeah.
They don't get paid.
they don't get,
Yeah, yeah, we need it to.
for a call,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. For a call, whether it's 30 minutes or it's 8 hours, they get $15 per call. That's all they get.
And they
That
don't,
don't even pay for their gas.
Yeah.
and all of them don't get paid that, right?
Do what?
All of them don't get paid that, do they? All of them? They
All
show
of them
up?
get paid that if
Oh.
they come to the call.
Okay,
Now, if they didn't come to the call, they don't get paid, no.
right. I thought you only paid up to so many,
No, that's first responders.
that's the first
That's
responder.
first responders.
But regardless,
We only pay
30
like
minutes
2
or
first
8 hours,
responders.
it's just 15.
Just 15.
Unless it's a heart attack where you need more up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to deter anyone from.
No.
I mean, we're gonna lose our volunteers if they have to pay for this,
Yeah.
so. I said, we're gonna lose our volunteers if we make them pay for this fiscal, and we need volunteers.
Some of them are living from week to week. You ain't gonna get them, I mean,
They can't afford it.
they can't afford it. Like I said, they're using what money they get to buy the gas.
Yeah,
Doesn't.
yeah, they're losing money on that end.
Right.
Stay on.
Anybody that'll volunteer for a fire department is crazy.
Don't tell them they have to.
I am serious.
Yeah.
We're asking them to risk their life. I mean, you wouldn't put a price on your life. So we're asking the firefighter to put a price on his life,
There's a lot
or
of
hers.
respect for those guys.
Either way, I've got both, you know. Girls and boys that I'll stand behind in a fire the same as anybody else, you know.
So we're gonna go ahead and then we'll.
When I took over this job, I was asked if I could make a fire department up there. And I said, no, I can't do it. But if I listen to God, He can. I think we've got one of the best fire departments in the area.
I agree.
Bar none.
I agree, I agree.
We're not gonna do
Okay,
any
so-
good harm to that.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we adopt that for the minimum $100,000 a year.
Okay, we'll have to do an ordinance on it.
Do we need to do the second reading before? he
Yeah,
votes?
you've
Yeah,
already,
we have to do the second.
yeah,
Second reading first?
yes.
Okay, and then we'll vote on everything,
We just do.
both. Okay. Okay, this will be the second reading on ordinance of the City of Mountain View, Missouri authorizing the city to participate in the Missouri Firefighters Critical Illness Trust and Risk Pool, and further authorizing the mayor to execute such documents as may be necessary for the city's participation therein. And then, section 1, the city hereby declares its intent to become a member of MFFCIT and to participate in the formation thereof. The mayor is hereby authorized and directed to sign all documents necessary or expended for the creation of the MFFCIT and for the city to participate in the same. Section 3, the city staff are hereby authorized to provide such assistance as may be necessary to carry out the intent of the ordinance. Section 4, the ordinance shall be effect immediately upon its approval and execution. So I need a motion.
I'll make a motion
I'll second.
With the,
with the $100,000.
with the 100,000.
With the minimum, with the minimum amount.
And the city pays the, for fiscals.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Uh,
I
Okay,
still need to
everybody,
know what you, if you have any stipulations, do I cover every one?
Okay, this is what we didn't put on here.
well, we have to get, and have Mr. Murphy come up with a list.
This is his list.
This is his
We
list.
did,
Well, I mean, he's
this is
gonna
a
have to,
resolution, that doesn't, that's separate. from
Okay.
the-
yeah, we'll have to just, we have to give Mr. Murphy to tweak the list.
There's
and-
only 3 on here that hasn't been
There's
applied.
only one name on there that I don't pay.
That don't want.
There's only one member on there, on that list that I don't pay.
We will, we can discuss the list. Okay, okay.
But what about,
We authorized it, so it doesn't matter how many or whoever.
Right, we didn't really put a limit on, we just said firefighters.
We'll join that. we're gonna go along with $100,000 for our firefighters, 6, 10, whatever.
So we're not gonna say they have to go to a fire?
Isn't the requirements for a firefighter just showing up to the training, not necessarily going to a fire? Don't you have qualified firefighters that just go for the training, correct?
They do.
The training's what makes them qualified. Whether they get called out or not, I don't think that's as much of a thing as being qualified. Is that what your list was based on, was the qualified
Do you hear that,
firefighters?
Stanley?
It's who I paid,
Who you paid?
yes, and if they went to trainings, they get paid. But there's 3 on the list that did not attend anything in
If they go,
2021.
if they go to training, they don't get paid.
But the
Right,
training's
but they should
required.
be on the list. That's,
But they're qualified.
I mean,
as
if they
fire-
go to our meetings, if they come to our meetings, they get paid.
Okay.
But if they go to special training, which a lot of them do, I mean, I had some this weekend that went, or weekend before week, they go on a Friday night and a Saturday all day. And that's all on their own. I mean, they don't get paid anything for that.
you come in tomorrow, and we'll go through this list, and you let me know who you can eliminate, if anybody, and then we'll add this number. As John said, we voted on the all volunteer firefighters, we just gotta make sure who's on the list.
Well, there's 18 on this list that hasn't been to a fire.
But they wouldn't qualify because the others don't have the 5 years experience.
Oh, the ones that's
So
not got a
the
number?
ones that I put a
Okay.
number are the ones that are 5-year
So the
eligible.
3 on here hasn't been
See,
in the fire that qualified.
I've got close to 30 on the roster.
Right.
Yeah, I only looked up the numbers of the ones that are
She
5-year
wanted me to
eligible.
cut it down to the ones that actually fought fire, or had been on there for 5 years.
And this is the list that you cut down.
That came from Stanley.
Okay.
I don't. The one that can't go fight.
Now, the ones that haven't been there in the last 2 or 3 years,
Yes,
they are ready, I mean, they've come to me,
they're not physically able.
yeah, they're
They're
not.
not physically able.
The one name on there that hasn't
Do you want to
been
look at this, Stanley?
is Jim Jenkins. I mean, I can say the name, but you can't. But he's a key holder for Smith's, all of Smith's properties. And if we have, like a tornado go through, he's always going around checking
But
everything.
don't you have the authority to cut a lock if there's a fire or an emergency in there? You don't have to wait for somebody to bring you a key, right?
If it's to where I can, I will,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you can't wait and call somebody 20 miles away to bring you a key if there's an emergency 50 yards in the gate. You
And
have the
I've cut a
authority
lock-
to,
I've cut a lock before, so.
you have the authority to do that. So what I'm saying is, to have them available to open the locks is,
But passing the resolution has no bearing on.
Right.
all
Right,
this.
right.
Okay.
okay.
What did you
What
decide
do we
on,
do? We need to
on the
vote on that.
physicals?
We're gonna pay,
We did-
city's gonna pay. We'll have to do an ordinance on it. And then,
I don't know, maybe.
well, we got the ordinance right here, we just.
Okay.
Do I need an ordinance specifically to pay for the physicals or just the minutes?
It was discussed.
I think that the minutes will be fine. That's where you're figuring out what the policy level is gonna be and
Okay, so just make sure it's in the minutes that they said they're gonna pay for the physicals.
Okay.
yes, if you decide on specific terms for what is and isn't going to count as a volunteer firefighter that you're gonna actually pay for the insurance for, you might wanna draw something up on that so that it can be actually in a book somewhere for people to have access to, but I think for the
Yeah, because
physicals.
that needs to really be addressed, so, you know, the
Right.
next one will know exactly who we have to take it.
Right.
We did pass this, and that's what
Okay.
should be.
And I put in minutes that they voted to pay for the firefighters physicals, so we're good there.
Right.
Okay.
Personally, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you from the fire department.
No, thank you guys for everything you do too.
Okay, let's see. All right, we're going to move on down to the council discuss spring cleanup date. Is there any changes, anybody? Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you all.
It's pretty standard here.
Yeah, it is. It is. We just have to approve it, right? And then we just have to approve the date and make sure it's,
What about the bio bags, the price for those? I know we had a discussion about they're getting harder to find, and
did,
bags in gen, like the recycling bags, I wonder
Was
if
it
there's
just-
anything.
did you take care of that last month? Did we get approval to?
Yeah.
We raised it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if
But
this,
is that right here?
yeah,
No.
I don't know if that's,
Wasn't that just,
Oh.
recycle, rural recycle? That wasn't bio bags, I don't believe, was it? Because they're two different things.
okay.
They're two different bags.
Is it gonna, I mean, do we have like a price increase on those that we know of?
Yeah, we should check.
I know that everything that we've looked into has a huge, price raise, but I think the last time I asked, Dave, like 3 weeks ago, that right now for those, we're okay, we've got a pretty good little stash, but when we run out, they're definitely going to go up. But I think we just raised rural recycle last month,
Yeah,
not the biodegradable.
I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah,
we weren't.
so far we're good on those.
In the future
Yeah.
purchase of them? Couldn't we just move that up to
To
$1?
$1?
To $1? For the bio bags?
Oh, 75 cents.
Can we do that if it's not on the agenda? Can they just vote to raise it?
That's what they already are, aren't they? Because I bought 10 of them, it cost me $10.
Oh, maybe, that's why I'm
Those are
wondering if this
bio bags.
Yeah.
price
They're the ones you put the
raised.
leaves in, they
That's what
de-center.
Lord
Yeah.
was saying.
Well,
Seemed
they
like-
shouldn't have
Yeah.
charged you a
Because
dollar.
if they get wet, they fall apart.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just charged me $1 a piece for
They
it.
did.
Oh,
maybe they've went up. This was an old flyer that they found on the computer.
Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah,
was-
this was no flyer we picked up, it was
Not
back
listening
in,
to us.
and we just
And
changed.
they may be a dollar, I'm
Changed
not
it.
sure. I've never sold one.
Well, we're checking that before we print any more of these.
Yeah, yeah, because I haven't put them out anywhere for you guys to.
That's what Laura and I was questioning, is this an old flyer or
It
is
was-
it right?
Where did she, I think she found it in 2000,
I did, I found it in my file.
yeah,
It's the only one I could come up with. 18.
yeah, I knew it was 17 or
Oh,
18.
well, I think they have. to-
And then we
We
talked,
voted on that, remember the back.
and then we talked to Dave, and he said he wanted on Earth Day week, Earth Week.
Let's check on that price
Sure.
and then have to change it.
If they're cheaper, I want a refund.
Actually, they're actually sold them, I don't know.
Okay, so is everybody satisfied with that date,
Um,
April
So
8th?
they will take tires and car batteries, used oil?
Is it still just a small pickup load you can put out?
Yeah, 11. Average is about two cubic yards about.
The week is the 18th and the 22nd.
I don't know, that's a whole-
The week is the 18th.
Yeah, what
It's
is
a whole, it's a whole.
What day did they say?
I think that's Monday.
It's on, starts on a Monday and ends on a,
Don't they do it
The
on
18th
their
is
trash
a-
pickup day?
Yes,
That's Monday.
Whatever you, yeah, Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is it Monday through Friday? I can't say that. Yeah,
Oh,
It's that whole week, whatever day your trash is right there picked up, you can put your.
so it'll start on April the 18th. So whenever your trash pickup is on that week, that's when they'll pick it up.
Will streets be picking up limbs or will trash pick up that too?
Clint will pick that up.
and
Yeah,
that'll be,
we're scheduled to do that this month, so do we just wait and do it next month?
Yes,
As
Okay.
high as fuel is.
yes.
I need to put
Okay.
something on Facebook then, because we've already had people asking, we tell them, every 3 months, so we've already gave several March. So I'll put something on Facebook to change that.
What do you think, Clint? Do you want to pick it all up in that week, or do you want to pick it up this month and not have so much to pick up?
It'll be about the same, I'd say.
Just go ahead and pick it up. You've got it scheduled, let's go ahead and do the pickup, okay? And then do it in April too.
When is the brush pickup?
April the 18th,
Oh, the one they're gonna do this month.
oh,
Last week of
Yeah,
the
last
month,
week
every
of,
quarter.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So leave brush pickup.
do we have to vote on this? Do we have to vote on this?
I mean, you're not necessarily passing anything, it would just be if you wanna make sure everyba's in agreement.
It's just an announcement.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm good with the dates as long as we just check on
Yeah,
the
just
bio
make
bags.
it.
We just check on the price of the bags?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then
Everybody's
just post it.
Yep. And then you're leaving brush pickup the last of this month like always.
Well, that way they don't have.
We just leave it.
Yeah, because I know I myself took at least 4 phone calls last week. Everybody's getting, the weather's getting warmer and they're getting geared up for it.
Yeah, if we don't pick it up,
Yeah,
if we don't pick it up, you're gonna get a lot of calls.
yeah.
Mine won't be in a pile, it's just all over that one side of my yard, just go ahead.
Just, yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
Scotty, will you please do that? It's all down the back side of my yard where that tree is, just go ahead and pick them up on the I tried.
Okay, next, let's move on. We'll get going here. It's the council to discuss city employee immunizations, and I'll let Ms. Elliott discuss that. She's the one that brought it up and knows about it.
So when I started, beginning of 2021, and the guys came to me and said it was time for some of their immunizations, I found out that the city was just paying for them to go to the doctor's office. We were paying for their office call, plus we were paying for their shots. So I couldn't do that. So I got in with the Howe County Health Department. We got in with a grant, and I got them to be going into the satellite clinic. So once a month when they come to Mountain View, they wouldn't charge us anything for going in. And then I got all the immunizations that they needed for free. So that was Hep A, Hep B, and tetanus. So now at this point, I've sent another set of employees, and they are out of all of those grant shots. So now they're charging us about $82 per shot. Some of those are 3-shot series. So I was not cool with that. So I went through our Murmur Health, and I've got it approved through there that the Hep A, Hep B, and the tetanus would all be covered at 100% if they go in and use their Murmur Health insurance card. That what would be out of pocket for the employee would be the $25 office visit. It is approved for them to pay it if they go through. We're set up with OMC for all of our drug screens and things like that, but they don't do all the shots. I've talked to Mercer, I've talked to the clinic supervisor. They can use their Murmur Health there, and it's just the $25 out of pocket. So that's my question is the city okay to pay the $25 back to the employee for their copay in order to get their shots?
Was there money budgeted for the original that we were paying for?
Not that I ever found. I think Mary had told me that it was just run through like miscellaneous per department.
But we were paying them. Do you have any numbers there, what we were paying?
I
per
do
year?
not. I don't even know how to go about
Break
it.
it down, how to break it down. It'd be hard to break it down because it'd just be in the,
But I know that parks get them street sanitation, wastewater, and water.
How many employees is that?
We're around 20.
$500 cost.
And not everyone would even need them, like some of them got them when I first started, so they wouldn't need them for several years. It's just a matter of cycling the rest of them through and getting the rest of them caught up. Because I know I already had like 4 get them in the last 12 months.
So I'm in favor of it, but what I want to know is that we're not giving unfair distribution like we haven't. We've been taking care of them. So this is less for us, $25.
A lot less.
And we're not giving them something that no one else can get. So I don't see a problem with it. You guys, and it's only $500 max if the number of employees all needed it, which they don't all need
Yeah.
it.
Right. Because some of them already got them under the free shots.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see how we can't not do it. So again, yeah, let's make a motion, we vote on it, and
I move that we give them the $25 copay.
have a second.
I'll second.
Ms. Wayman seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm in favor of it, but I would like us to make a line for like vaccines.
Okay.
So we can keep a track on.
How many per
how
department?
much.
Yeah.
Sure.
You agree?
Because I could actually go through tomorrow and just get a hold of all of them, the supervisors, have they got theirs, have they not got theirs, and we know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And just put a line in the budget, and that way we will know how to budget $500 or $750, or that way we would take.
Medical co-pays and
Yeah.
taxes, et cetera. Well, medical and co-pay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
regardless of,
yeah,
Right.
yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
that don't need a motion.
Okay. All right, we're moving on to the next item on the agenda, and I want to discuss with the council, we have a,
Oh,
You're just reading yourself.
I was telling myself,
Okay.
nobody else can talk to me.
I'm gonna discuss promoting an employee to shop supervisor, and that's a new employee, Daniel Jensen, down at the shop. As we know that Seth,
What, is that closed?
Yeah, this has to be closed
That's-
session.
Yeah.
Hiring,
We-
firing, and promotion.
we have to name a supervisor, don't we? I mean,
We can.
Yes, but if you're wanting to specifically talk about the employee, that needs to be enclosed. If you're just wanting approval to promote someone
That's all I'm
to
doing.
shop supervisor.
and that's all I was doing, was discussing what we did with the employees, and why the recent one that was at the shop moved to water. And I want to promote the new hire who's been there 100 days, promote him to supervisor.
Okay, but then if they want to ask any questions about that
Right.
employee's performance or
Right.
anything like that,
Oh.
none of that can happen in
Oh,
open.
right, okay.
So you need to talk about it in closed
Yeah.
and then approve whether or not to move that person. If you just want approval to reopen the shop supervisor position and fill it with somebody that you guys choose, you can do that in open. So you can do that right now, but then whenever you say specifically who, that needs to be in closed so that you can actually discuss that individual's performance.
I can't say his name, okay. I'm gonna, so, how do you promote somebody when you can't say their name?
So right now, basically, you're just wanting approval to fill that spot.
Well, supervisors.
And then in closed session, at some point, you guys can decide who to fill that spot.
He's the only
with.
one down, he's the only one in that department.
But still.
And that's fine, but you still can't talk
Okay.
about his conduct.
Okay.
As an
On
employee.
the Thursday meeting.
No, I wouldn't
just-
come.
That Thursday meeting, we can just have a closed session
Okay.
at the end, and that way
Mhm.
we
Okay.
discuss them, right?
Just that way, if they ask questions, you don't have to say exactly what he's done, or good or bad, or any of that kind of stuff, so.
Okay, so down to shop, the previous shop supervisor transferred to another department, and I want to put another person in that position.
I'll make that motion, we can do that.
I don't know enough information on it at all.
Well,
I don't
should
know what
we
to
just-
ask and say, but I don't want to say the wrong
Okay,
thing.
should we just wait?
Just want to wait and do closed session then?
Table for Thursday.
Yeah.
Table it and,
Yeah, you can do
'Cause
that,
I-
and then you can talk about it in closed session if you want to, and
if
then
I
you can come
remember
back into open
correctly,
and
I've
do the.
named them in the past. But
It's gotta go in closed session.
Yes, it does.
We just leave it for closed session.
Table to closed session Thursday.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is to discuss opening bids for the airport Pappy Lights project. And I'll open these bids right here. We have two.
When did we do this?
Hmm.
When did we do the bids?
And it's going in the paper.
They've been in the paper. When did we advertise for the bids? And
That's not a me question, I'm not sure.
It's been like a month. Eddie,
I
when did
didn't
we
have any
have,
part
I
of it.
think she put those out last month, after last.
The engineer did that.
Yeah.
We select an engineer for the airport to take care of our grant money down there, and this is grant money. And then we have to do bids according to the engineer finish. And she put this out, and these are the two bids that we got.
It was last month, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe the last council meeting was right after that is whenever they released the taking of the bids.
I have not opened these, so I do not know what I'm actually looking at. I'm not an engineer.
Did the engineer already review these?
No, no,
The engineer hasn't even seen them?
these are contractors. We picked an
They went
engineer.
straight to us, not to the engineer. Because
We picked an engineer and she put up the bid.
According to Elizabeth, I'll come up.
Yeah,
Let
good,
you know,
good.
she told me. According to Elizabeth Duvall with Benish, our engineering consultants, the deadline was for 4 PM today for the opening to be tonight. And regardless of who we choose, MoDOT and Benish have the final say. Because, because MoDOT is the one supplying 90% of the money, you know,
So
so.
we don't have to verify all this stuff.
You don't, I mean, in each one of the packets, there should be kind of a guideline on how to do it, and
Where'd you
so,
find that at?
and what
90,
What
91.
Shannon and I had kind of discussed a little bit, and I talked a little bit about it with Donnie. Since we only got 2 bids, I mean, we've got A or B, you know, we can choose, okay, at this lowest bid, we'd like to go with this one, but if for some reason we can't, we'll go with the next bid. That way, we can send everything back to Benish, they can forward it on to MoDOT, and then as long as whoever we choose, as long as they get the green light from Benish and MoDOT, because it all has to do with their previous work history and how, I'm at a loss for words right now, but how efficiently they can coordinate everything all comes into play. So if you guys pick like option, you know, we'll choose this one, if it doesn't work, we'll choose this one, then we don't have to meet on it again. So, if that makes sense.
So we have a first option and
And then
second option.
second.
Exactly, yeah. And I know one of the people she said had put in a bid, she thought pretty highly of them, she'd worked with them in the past, so I think that outfit will get a green light from them, and more than likely from MoDOT as well. So. And I haven't seen, you know, this is the first we've seen the bid, so I don't know how they've got it.
Well, that one's-
You guys wanna see that one?
Well, we can see, don't know how to. That's it. What was that bid? That one was, that's for 106,
106.
and this is for 86?
Yeah, but he's got his estimate over, did you pull that out of that?
Here, out of here. So there's 106.
I've never read a bid like this. I've never seen a bid like this.
It's why the higher, they generally hire all of them, with certain ones. That's from Burkle Electric. Burkle. This one is from, this is from Meyer. This is from Meyer Electric in Burkle. Did you see this one, Ed? Did you see what the bid was on that? 106. That right there, is that bid? Are you talking 10,000 difference? We're seeing a 10,000 difference on this bid over here.
This total bid was 86,478.
Let me write that down, 80, what was it?
86, 477 is what that was showing.
106,000 on that one. Right.
How you finding 20,000?
Yeah, where do you get $10,000 difference? It was
I said
20,000
10,000.
difference.
So Tim,
Well, 86, 477,
106.
106, I was,
it's 20,000.
okay, 20,000.
So, yeah, what I'm worried about is where is the difference?
Yeah.
What are they charging?
We need to put these
Oh,
side by
here, so
side.
put it, yeah.
Let me see this and let's.
Okay, don't get them mixed up, right?
Well,
See
we
side by
have-
side and see where Here's the.
This is what we get into when you get into open sealed bids.
That's the pound.
We've not had a chance to look at them.
There's really only one place at $20,000 off.
And that's the
I
path
think
in.
that is, head, isn't it? That indicator?
Why did that spend $20,000 more for the same thing these guys are spending?
That's a good question. And.
Is there a
and
mistake?
Two, it could be with the way everything's inflated right now, it's hard to say.
You recommend us just go ahead and go with the low bid then, Ed?
I mean, I think there's those reputable companies, so I mean, I don't think we'd be.
I mean, honestly, bottom line, it's really not our call anyway.
True. Yeah, I mean, we can choose who we want, but it's up to MoDOT and finish, really.
Yeah.
But as long
We
as.
do to say, it's just
Yeah,
a technicality.
this is our option, hey, if this doesn't work, we'll go with option B. And two, I mean, their price may be higher than what Finish initially said, because we're a year into this, or give or take a year into it. And you guys know what material has done since this all started.
20,000 different?
I mean, conduit is ridiculous right now, so, and I haven't even priced wire. Last I heard, it was conduit was $2 a foot.
86, 477. Okay. Okay, we got,
Yeah, once you all decide, then we'll send this information on Finish with your suggestions on who you would like to go with. First choice, second choice, and then we'll let them and MoDOT both review them, and then
They don't know on all this, because we have no idea what all this stuff is on these paper like. So MoDOT says, no, they can't get it for that.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd say if MoDOT reviews it, it's like, we're not agreeing with what they've got here, we can't allow this one to go through, so.
okay.
So the lowest, and then.
So we have two bids. We have Meyer Electric Company that came in with $86,477 to do the Pappy lights, and then Gerkel Electric Incorporated came in at $106,382.40. So Meyer Electric is low bid, and we just make them our number one choice.
We make that our number one choice.
Okay.
I'll second that.
And it could be, they may have a lot of this material on hand,
And buy them at higher prices.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, say, where's that other guy from? Where's Myers from?
So, Myers from Jeff City, I believe.
Where's this other place from?
Strukel, was Strukel City?
Got mail in there, I don't know if
Jeff, it got mailed out Jeff City,
Strukel did?
Meyer.
Or Meyer, yeah, I'm trying to think of where Strukel was. I know Strukel was one of them that had been, they was gonna hire, contract out the dirt work with Stewart, Kerry Stewart out of West Plains, but I don't remember where Strukel was out of, so.
Okay, so we need a motion
We did, and I second it.
for Meyer Electric Company is number one choice, okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Now, we might have to go, you said we might have to go with number two choice.
Possibly.
If MoDOT don't agree.
Exactly.
It's just so people know that. Really not at this.
It's just, the way she explained it, was just a technicality. We just had to pick a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, it's grant money, 100% grant money.
But if MoDOT said, well, they're not adding this in and we can't do it without that, then it's to their choice.
It said 100%, but it had a contribution. What's the local shares, the CARES Act? So that's all grant.
We're blind.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. And it looks like we're losing a lot then, in the price difference. There's $70,000 that we're not doing.
Okay, are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Are we ready to move on to the next? I'd like to introduce Abigail Lenhart from the Community Center, and she wants to come up and discuss a festival she's got that she is in the process of organizing.
I'm also the director of the Chamber of Commerce, but I'm here to talk about our Let's Grow Together Festival, which is April 29th and 30th. It will take place downtown Mountain View. And right now, two big things that I'm excited about is a build your own flower arrangement. Angel Garden is going to come down and you can basically pay per item that you put into it. And then ABC Greenhouse is also going to do a build your own herb garden. Those are two big things that I have at the moment. Still getting more in the process. That same weekend is also going to be the citywide yard sale. And we're going to give people the opportunity to set up on First Street because that will be closed off just because people are walking back and forth. So if somebody wants to not have it in their yard or at their house, then they can set up a little section on First Street so people can kind of access everything together. Also, Sunday, May 1st, which would be that following Sunday, Restore Mountain View, our community service project, will be taking place. And we'll be meeting at the community center at 2 p.m. and then we'll disperse from there. We want to restore our town by painting, planning, and cleaning up just anything around our community that we're able to. But I'm taking ideas for any projects or suggestions that people have. If there's an area or a street or a building that somebody wants painted, then we can definitely do volunteer work to do that. But people can call, email, or message the chamber, as well as our Facebook and our website will have a link to people for volunteers and if they have suggestions. But I also have flyers for both if anybody wants one to hang up.
When was that made, Bob?
May 1st is the Restore Mountain View project.
Did the alumni get a hold of you for the 4th of July weekend?
Yes.
About the car show?
I actually just was talking about that. I know that they asked about the building. That's as far as we've gotten. But they had their meeting last week and I was not in town, so I've been in office today, but I've not seen her
I
yet,
think
so.
they're having another one. Donna, when's the next meeting, the 5th of April?
Yes.
Because I know they want to have a car show.
I'll get in contact with her. Is it, I'm assuming Sharon? Pardon? Sharon McKinney? Is that who's in?
No, is she the one that's taking care of that, Donna?
I don't know if we can hire a committee or not, but Sherry will get you to her if Sherry can help you.
Any other questions? Thank you. Last but not least is our assistant chief to talk about an overtime grant.
So hopefully this is pretty short and sweet. This is a grant that we do every year. We've done it for as long as I've been here, several years before I came, so I think this is 10 or 12 years we've done this grant. This is from MoDOT. This is the Highway Safety and Traffic Division. They pay us as officers to reimburse us to come out and work overtime. So there's two separate grants. One is for what they call H&D, which is hazardous motor vehicles. And the grant amount is $1,500. What they do, we can come in and outside of our regular shift and work up to 4 overtime hours. The city pays us, but then the state reimburses the city for the overtime pay. That grant is $1,500. The hazardous vehicles mostly centers on speeding vehicles, aggressive lane changes. One thing we focus on is those trucks running the stop signs downtown. So that's one grant that is for $1,500, and the second grant is for DWI enforcement. And so officers will come in outside the regular shift, work up to 4 hours of overtime, and all they're focused on is looking for drunk drivers. I can tell you this month, I believe we're up to 6 or 7 DWIs just this month, and if we keep up, this will be probably one of the highest years for DWRS that at least I've seen. I think the chief got another one today. So those are two grants. I don't believe the council has to vote, but MoDOT does want the council and the mayor to sign off on it. So if that's something you guys want to sign off on tonight.
Is that 100% grant?
It's 100% grant.
Yeah, but
We don't,
I know you brought it to my office, but I thought bring it to
Yes.
the meeting where we could all sign.
so MoDOT does provide a signature sheet. I think back in the day, I think it was just the mayor and the chief would sign off on it, but I think now they want the whole council to sign off on it.
This DWI enforcement, how much is that?
It's 1,500, it's 1,500 each, so a total of 3,021.
Okay, well,
Make a motion that we do this.
okay. We don't, I don't,
Discuss it.
Did we sign it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that. You didn't do it.
He
we don't,
wants to
I don't
know
think we
if
need
he-
a vote on that, do we? Just sign it, right?
John wants to know if he gets it, if he signs off.
I mean, it's a grant, 100% grant.
Right.
Usually I sign all the grants, the mayor does, but in this case, they're wanting more signatures.
I would say just do a vote, sign off on it so that it's in the minutes, but you don't need like an ordinance or anything like you do with some of Linda's grants.
So can I have a motion, we go ahead and proceed with the signatures?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a motion from John, and Judy second, and all in favor?
I personally say.
All right.
You can vote.
I.
Thanks.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Is it because St. Patty's Day is coming up? Everybody's reading.
Yeah, so our DWI stuff, we mostly use 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day, prom, yeah, New Year's Day. Yeah. New Year's Day and New Year's Eve.
You want to sign?
Sure.
That it's sent you.
We get placards put back on the table.
They won't let us go get a free reading.
Everybody's supposed to be your handwriting than I do.
Is there more signatures needed?
They just give some.
Oh, in case there's more, council. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, you ready we have a motion to adjourn.
Can you tell us about the special meeting on Thursday?
Sure.
I just heard about it, you all talking about it.
We're gonna post it, but it's about,
Beta Technologies.
Beta Technology's gonna put in a power station down at the airport. And they, we had some questions, I think, that,
Someone is actually coming, right?
Yeah, they're gonna make a personal, they're gonna come in person. Eddie,
Eddie, when,
stand up and speak.
on the Beta Technology.
Yes, Beta Technologies, I got in touch with them after
They'll
that
have a
last council
sponsor.
meeting. And, they're willing to send somebody in person to answer any questions you all may have. Hopefully some concerns. But yeah, they're gonna be here in person Thursday night, 5:30. We're gonna meet here. So,
Can you briefly explain what it?
it's, they're electronic aircrafts, or electric aircrafts. They're kind of focused more toward, cargo instead of personal transport at this time. But they're trying to get a power grid set up across the nation. they've already got several of them in place northeast. They're trying to get the power grid set up so they can move these aircrafts across the country. You know, so they can't really get them there if they don't have any way to stop and fuel them via plugging them in and charging them up. So that's basically what this is. They're just trying to get their grid mapped out before they can start really selling these. They've already entered a few contracts. I know they've got a contract with the Air Force, contract with the Army. I believe they've got a contract with UPS. So, I mean, it's a happening thing. And whenever they first brought it to me, I thought it'd be nice to put Mountain View on the leading edge of this instead of the tail end, because it's one of those things that's coming. It's just a matter of, where do we want to be at it, I mean, yes, they could go to other airports. They chose ours. It's a small airport. There's not a lot of traffic. There was less hoops to jump through. So that's one of the reasons why they contacted us. So, but yeah, they're planning on sending somebody here in person they're a Vermont-based company. They've got a couple guys that are out traveling the country right now doing this very thing, answering questions that people may
Well,
have.
I think that was the big question last time. They would do a Zoom, or they couldn't come.
Yeah, I mentioned the
So
Zoom,
they finally give in and said,
and she said,
they
well, hey,
need
we'd
to
be
come and talk.
happy to show up in person. So I think being in person will go a lot farther too. It's a lot easier to convey information if they're right in front of you. So, yeah.
Is that scheduled as a council meeting or a town hall meeting?
Special meeting.
It's going to be a regular council meeting because we'll have a quorum, and I believe that we should have a quorum, and she'll come up and present the situation to us.
Open to this public.
Yeah. Or not on Zoom.
Absolutely, yes.
Will
In
that,
fact, we encourage you to come,
will that be here or is it going to be?
It'll be here.
Okay.
and we encourage everybody to come.
Yeah, I mean, if you got any
I think
concerns.
that this could be a big thing,
Yeah.
maybe not, but,
And I know one
And
of the
it's a
things that John mentioned too was
they're gonna pay.
concerns of the public. So, I mean, this is a best way to get information from people too. So.
So we'll see you next Thursday. I think we've already voted to adjourn the meeting.
It's this Thursday.
This coming.
3 days.
2 days, or 3 days.
Next.
Sorry.
Well, then it
Next Thursday is this Thursday.
We forgot to adjourn.
Now we voted.
yeah.
We voted all together.
I missed that.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. We can do it again.